Santa Monica is a really busy place. So actually, I don't, when people come to town, I don't typically take them to Santa Monica unless they ask, only because it is so busy and every place everybody wants to go is like extremely populated. So I always bring them down here to the South Bay. I just think it's so much more laid back and easy going down here, way less populated, easy to get around. It's just its own little bubble down here.
And if somebody's coming to visit your part of California, Jessie, what sort of things would you sort of suggest that they get up to?
So I usually have people when they come out, I'm a road tripper. Like I'm literally about to, after this, get on the road and head up to Alabama Hills, which I'll tell you about. But I usually take people around here in the South Bay. One really fun thing to do here is like rent like one of the beach cruiser bikes and just ride up the beach from Redondo and stop in all the little beach towns along the way and check out their little like main street and see the shops and restaurants. I love the Hermosa Beach Pier. That's where they film La La Land. So you'll see part of La La Land at the Hermosa Beach Pier. And the Manhattan Beach Pier is like my favorite pier. It just is iconic. I love it there. So beach cruiser on the beach up the Strand would be really fun for anybody who comes to visit this area. But I like to take people to some things that I didn't get to see growing up. So Joshua Tree National Park is like a 2 to 3 hour drive from here, and it's one of my favorite places to go. It's right near Palm Springs too, so you could like kind of hit both of them up. But Joshua Tree is just a really great park. It's never too populated. You can kind of drive around, get out, hike, easy to hard hikes. It's really, really beautiful. So I love it there. Even taking a drive up to Yosemite or Death Valley. We have so many.
The drive time from where you are up to Yosemite?
I'd say probably 5 or 6 hours. Not exactly sure. I've been up there a ton of times, but it is worth it. It is 100% worth it to take the road trip here in California to see the national parks. Sequoia's over that way too. They have the largest tree in the world there. It's called the General Sherman tree. It's beautiful there. Yosemite just has iconic views, Half Dome. It's so beautiful there. And I mean, everywhere here is just so beautiful. I could just talk like forever about all the great things, but the national parks are really great. Like I said, I'm taking a road trip after I get off this call to Alabama Hills, which is like a little hidden gem that not too many people know about, because we have this Sierra Nevada mountain range here in California, and everybody goes to the one side because that's where Sequoia is, Yosemite, Kings Canyon. But if you go to the other side, it's Mammoth, all these little tiny towns like Fish.
I think we drove from LA up to Yosemite, and we stayed. Sure, it was Mammoth. It was this amazing tiny little place, but it had these incredible hot springs.
Oh yeah, yep. That's probably it. Yeah, so there's hot springs over there. There's like so much just weird stuff over there. They have hot springs. They have the tallest mountain in the contiguous United States. It's called Mount Whitney. They have a desert, and you can literally drive from the desert where it's hot, and then you can go all the way up the mountain.
And it's snowing. We did it. Yeah. Crackers. We were all. I remember it was like boiling hot, and then next minute we're in our flip flops in the snow, and it was just like, oh my god, this is absolutely crackers.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I mean, so it's hard to say what I would do, but I'm a big road tripper, and if you have like the energy to do it, if you're out here in California, highly recommend going to the parks, highly recommend checking out the mountains as well as the ocean.
What about going a bit further south down to sort of, towards San Diego? Is that something you've done or?
Yeah, totally. San Diego's fun. I have been there. There's so much beauty down there too. La Jolla is a really great place to visit when you're down in San Diego. It's really great views of the ocean, cliffs. There's tons of like seals down there. And then just there's other like desert things kind of out that way too. Anza Borrego is a park out there that has a bunch of hiking trails, and it has like these weird like animals and dinosaurs just out in the desert.
Not real ones, no?
What did you say?
Not real dinosaurs.
No, they're just like, I don't even know who put them there, but they're there. And there's like giant grasshoppers and just weird things out there. It's cool.
Is there anywhere, is there anywhere that has really stood out in terms of somewhere you might have stayed overnight, a campsite, or, is there anywhere really unique that you would absolutely recommend that people might not be able to find?
Yeah, I mean, one other place one place which is people have heard about, but we just recently stayed there is Monterey, California. It is really impressive. Like, I was not expecting to love it as much as I did when I went there. One thing I forgot to mention is another road trip that's great to take is just up along the coast. It's just so beautiful. I can't even believe I'm in the same country when I do it.
That's
So
Big
Monterey,
Sur, it's Big Sur up that way.
yes, exactly. Up by Big Sur. Monterey's beautiful, but really Alabama Hills in that area, Bishop, Lone Pine, they're like these small areas that people don't really go to because they're not really well known. But honestly, like during COVID, we didn't want to stay anywhere, so we got a tent and we took a drive up to Alabama Hills and stayed just at a campsite up there. And you can camp all over Alabama Hills. And it's just so beautiful and nobody knows about it. It's quiet. It's not over trafficked. They have these little tiny like towns, like mountain towns where you can get really great pizza and food. And it's just really fun up there. But also Yosemite.
Yeah, I mean, Yosemite is incredible. It's absolutely
It
beautiful.
is.
Yeah, but it's nice to hear of these, as you said, like Alabama Hills and Monterey, places that not everybody really does know a great deal about, because Yosemite really is on the Gringo Trail of the Californian fly drive, isn't it? Whereas actually, getting that real insider, view is priceless, because everybody goes to Yosemite, don't they?
Right. Yeah. And you know what? Everybody does. And it is really busy there all the time. You know what? But it is still worth going. I still love it there. But yeah, there are other places that people just don't know about. And even last time I was in Alabama Hills, I was sitting there waiting for the sunset and people were like, I can't believe nobody's here. There were like 5 of us watching the sunset with this arch overlooking mountains. It's just so beautiful there.
And that's the dream, isn't it? To be somewhere where you haven't got loads and loads of crowds.
Right. I love it there.